Okay, where are we? What we doing? Well, 'tis Dayz. We are on Ghost Sniper server. This is the replacement server for Rock Paper Zombie. You can see I've got rather a nice weapon, the M4A3 CCO, and I also have oodles of ammunition. Some food, some water. Actually, I need to eat and I need to drink, so I better zip across a couple of items for eating and drinking. We're near the airfield, and I suppose as we're this close, we might as well do another run-in on the airfield to see what we can find. Have to be mindful that we're not carrying a great deal of food and water, so I sort of need to go to a supermarket or something. Really odd, this hasn't happened for a very long time. I am the only one on the server. Very weird. But hey, at least it means I won't get shot by someone. I could get my face eaten off by a zombie, of course, but I ain't gonna get shot. Talking of Zeds, where are they? Oh, there they are. Hello, Mr. Z. If you can see him over there. Mill Z. See if I can do this sneaky. I prefer not to go loud, on the grounds that playing alone, you know, it's okay when you're with a buddy, you can call for help, like I did in my last video where I get knocked down through a wall and require Gatto to come in and waste all of his ammunition trying to save my life. So as normal, playing with friends is more fun, but playing on your own has its advantages. Ooh, look, someone's been in here, must have been in here because there are doors closed. When the server... Ooh, look, hello. Someone likes CCOs, don't they? Do I need even more ammunition? Do you know what? I don't think I do. So yeah, when the server restarts, these doors are all open. And this server restarts a lot. How am I doing for bandages? Yeah, not too bad. So let's see if we can find anything interesting in the military tent, although if someone's been through here. You see there's a nice little AK there. 74, nice weapon. I find this one, along with a lot of the American weapons, it's like firing laser beams out at the end. They the AKs tend to suffer from a bit of spread, where these don't seem to. Go on, step over. I'd love to know why that bench appears here, because the thing is, the bench appears here, and it's not sticking through the wall. But we go outside, and there's another bench sticking through the wall. It doesn't stick, yeah. Could do without that. Now this server has quite a few vehicles, so there's a possibility we're going to find something interesting when it comes to vehicles and things. Hello? Oh shit. Sort of had wanted to sneak about, but you know me, I ain't very good at sneaking. There's an engine. Open door, thank you. Hate these fences. So we're going to have a little bit of runabout, leave those Zeds back there. And we'll see what we can find. You know, it'd be nice to pick up some of the rarer items. Ooh, there's nothing there. Some of the rarer items like, I don't know, GPS might be nice. What else might be nice? GPS, I actually need some more mundane stuff like compass and such like. So we're going to have a little run around, see what we can find. There's lots of vehicles on this server, so the possibility of finding a vehicle to get about, but if you're used to my videos you know I don't mind running. It's one of the things I like about this game is you can just quietly get on with things without too much bother. Visibility is relatively low because of course the weather has pulled in. Although it's strange, you look up at those clouds and there's a little blue in there, you wouldn't expect quite this much rain. Hey, I'm British, I know all about rain. And we're going to do a run over to this side of the airfield. See what we can find. Zombies have come in. I prefer not to burn through all my ammunition. It was a good find, a lucky find. In fact, we found quite a lot of really good stuff last time we were playing on the server, Gaddo and I. You know, I had a 240 for a bit, and I had a really nice... Oh, hello, what are you? Piss off, you. Now, what are you? Ah, dear. Not that I need any of that. I sort of like the old system of everything being in these packs rather than... Excuse me. I'm bleeding. Just noticed. Oh, dear. Yeah, there was... They changed a lot of the models of what's on the ground, so you can just look at it and see if you need it or not. And I sort of preferred that. Sorry, preferred the system where everything was in these just little nondescript green bags. So you had to find out what something was, you had to stop and look. Because it could have been anything. It could have been something stupid like another bloody watch, or it could have been something really highly desirable. And you would have to stop and look. You see, now I know that's a Makarov, and I know those are rounds for a rifle. And I know I don't need either of those, so I don't need to stop. Nothing there. Bye-bye, Mr. Z. And there's nothing there. Run on the grass. At least makes you a little bit quiet for a little bit of time. And we have an AKM, probably with a magazine with it. Love the way it rains inside buildings. This game is not without its faults. My blood's a little low. I'm going to have to stock up. I'm probably going to have to eat myself an animal. I do have a reasonable amount of food, but I don't have a great deal of drinks on me. Shotgun. Don't want a shotgun. Don't like shotguns. I've yet to find a proper use for one. And what are you? Binoculars. I think I've got binoculars. I hope I've got binoculars. If I haven't, I'll be able to come back for them. Backpack. Smaller than the one I've got, I think. No, the same one as I've got. I think part of the reason why it rains in this building is that... Well, I'm not sure, but I think it's because it's not like a... Hang on. I am a crap shot. I was saying I think it is because there's sort of like there's a temporary structure, but it rains inside other buildings that aren't temporary structures, so maybe I'm talking bollocks again. But yeah, full-on rain inside a building. Nice one-armour engine. Rain is quite a difficult thing to model. And I know it doesn't do... YouTube hates it, because there's so much on the screen that's changing. And he sat in here... Is it raining? Well, it's raining a little bit, but not as... Wait. It doesn't rain quite as much as it does in those other buildings. Oops. Now, what's my medical supplies like? Yeah, not bad. Open bag. Yeah, I've got tons of medical supplies. Nothing else. Am I going to be able to get out of here without... Come on, down the stairs, line up nicely. Oh, where's he gone? Did he fall off the stairs? He did, didn't he? Bye! I always find that door the most unusual thing. It's the shiniest thing in the game, that door. So it's a normal run around, trying to find stuff, see what we can find, complaining about the weather. I was saying about YouTube. YouTube doesn't like rain in the videos because so much of the screen is changing that very often the image can become really very poor. Now, what are you? Oh, it's that little backpack. Well, medium-sized backpack. Can we pick up any food in one of these? This would be nice. Not food, sorry, drink. Where am I going? Ah, this way. Get rid of all the Zs. Is the gate open? Yes, it is. Someone's definitely been through. That gate's normally closed. No point going upstairs. Not today, anyway. Bog roll. It's nice they've included it, but they haven't included a mechanic to use it, which would be nice. Right, let's try not to attract too much attention before we go into this barracks. Still the only person on the server. Road Racer Chicken. Again, doors open and closed. We've got some liquid there. Well, hello. You're pretty. And, yeah, I've got PDW magazine, which is pretty cool. And I've got a couple of cans of drink, which is fortuitous. Do I need food? Yeah, I need food. So I might as well pick it up as it's here. And this is basically, well, you all know DayZ, it's just a case of wandering around trying to find things. Another one of those survival packs. How big is it? It is 16. Where this one, oh, it's also 16. Curiouser and curiouser, I thought it was smaller. And some more MREs. The model for the MRE is huge. My friend Pip, who used to be in the military, said, yeah, it's just about three lies in one name. Because they's foul. Right, so there's nothing... I suppose I could do the last few hangars along here. And then always the old problem of the fact that the airfield is actually quite a long way from anywhere. So probably a case of going down south to Vibor, nip into the supermarket there, then there's the one in Pushti, whatever it's called, and then down to Zelnor, into that supermarket. Could do with, what could I do with? I could do with a tent, set up a base camp somewhere, and I do need to eat quite a lot, so I'm going to have to do some hunting. Ooh, what are you? Ah. Yeah, the SA-58. There's a whole range of them. I was using one a couple of days ago. I had the CCO. Nice weapon. Very powerful. Loud as hell, but very powerful. You know, you take a zombie out with one shot. Where this weapon normally takes a double tap to take out a zombie. That weapon normally fells a zombie with a single shot. Ooh, rain stopped, that's nice. Oh no, still going. Maybe it's just eased up a little bit. So there's nothing there. Nothing in that corner. We do have something here. Shotgun shells and an empty tin can. None of this is good. Let's have a look up on a map. We're up here. We want to go down to Vibor, down to the supermarket. And it's best part of 2 kilometres away. Nice healthy run, hey? Engine parts. See this building? Always look in here, because this is a spawn-in as well. I found some nice things in there before now. So we got ourselves a bit of a run. Those doors are all closed. And we can see what we can find. Bye-bye, Mr. Zombie. Boiler suit zombie. And yeah, normal run along. I'll catch up with you in a few minutes when I've found something else. Just noticed something odd. I just consumed one of those MREs and my health sprang back, as you might expect it to do after eating meat or something. So maybe the MREs have like, I don't know, maybe they're more nutritious. Should sort of accept the fact that they taste foul. But yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Just sort of come back. I was just eating and drinking because I needed to. My blood had dropped because of that zombie attack. Eaten one of the MREs and bingo, my blood is back. Colour saturation's back into the game, and I no longer need a blood transfusion. So might that be something worth noting? As you can see, I've still got a distance to go to get to Vibor. I'll catch up with you then. Here we are, a little closer to Vibor. We'll do a little run on the town. Some good loot spots in Vibor. Vibor. It's also got zombies, look. Easy enough to lose them through this town. Little too close to the airfield to really want to set up a base camp in this area. I would think anyway. But then again, as player numbers are down, maybe it's not such a bad idea. Oh, look at all that lot coming out. I was going to run through that building as well. Nothing here. Nothing here. Bloody hell. Go into the post office, see if there's anything in there. Some light industrial here. Some tin cans, but I'm going to be going into the supermarket, so I'm guessing there's going to be quite a lot in. Hello, Mr. Tent. The very thing I was after, but I need some space. Open backpack. What space have I got? I've got one. Bugger. That can go there. Looks like I'm going to be burning some ammunition. Which is more important, ammunition or tent? Oh, well, let's drink the soda can. Oh, hello. Opportunity to get rid of some. See, it's double tap. Take camping tent. If I remember rightly, it takes 3 slots. Yep, it does. Got to think carefully about what I pick up and what I don't pick up now. You see, I could do with that. I've got to do some thinking about what I want to be carrying, because of this limitation of what you can carry. Because the backpacks are smaller, but finding those really big backpacks is quite difficult now. And it's other things like pistachio nuts take as much space to hold it as something much larger, which is silly because. Hey, let me in. Thank you. You know, you'd think a pocket that can take a can of baked beans should be able to take 3 packs of pistachios. But no. They're not that friendly. You see, I could do with some more liquid on board. I've got to rationalise. Open backpack. MRE I'm definitely going to keep. Do I need to be carrying... Oh, come on. What do I carry? What do I drop? I drop the pistol ammunition. That's what I drop. Hey. Of course it's going to put it into my front pouch, isn't it? Hang on. Wait. Look at that. Gear. Now open backpack. And it should be swapping between what's on the floor and what's in my backpack. So let's get rid of the G13. the sorry, G17 pistol ammunition. I'm carrying at least 2 cans of food, 2 cans of drink. Sounds reasonable, doesn't it? It's like that vest pouch. You think you should be able to stick that on the front or something, you know? But no. I notice there's a severe lack of loot in the way that there used to be lots of loot before. That's a nice weapon. There used to be... Military Z? What's the Military Z doing in town? Oh well. Yeah, there used to be quite a few... Ooh, tractor. Well, I'm working on my own. Let's see what this tractor needs. Nothing. Okay, looks like we're tractoring it. Let's go put a marker on the map. Let's go straight down to Vibor. Let's go external view so I don't knock into stuff. Tractor's not the fastest, but it's darn sight better than running. They're also a bit fragile as well, which is daft because in reality tractors are pretty good as being robust vehicles. Well, obviously it's not a tank. The time it takes to turn the wheel, what a pen and tail, isn't it? You've got to... Navigating correctly with one of these vehicles is not always easy. So here we go, going for a ride. I remember rightly before, if that bus hasn't got anything in it. And off we go for a little tootle through the countryside. Pop in your horn, and off we go. Talk to you in a bit. So here we are up in the a barn, a machine barn in Zelnor. I parked the bus, did a run through on the supermarket. To be honest, I thought I was recording earlier. I've been sitting rabbiting on doing a commentary and I wasn't recording. I just saw my frame rate when I wasn't recording, and now I am recording, so boo hits. Ooh, a hatchet. Why I like Zelnor is because it's got a lot of good resources. We have this agricultural here. If you have a look at the map, I'm up here in the agricultural. There's a supermarket, there's industrial, there's more agricultural here, there's a petrol station. What else have we got? Well, we've got the normal sort of resources in town, but we're within easy striking distance of all of these spawn points along the front. It's also very easy to navigate to because of the power lines. So I'll be setting up my base camp in and around Zelnor. I ain't going to tell you where, because I make no secret of which server I play on. And I don't want you all raiding me bloody base camp. One of the features I really liked about Dayz Origins is this business that you can, that once you've built up your reserve to the point, you can buy a safe, meaning that no one can steal your kit. If you buy a vehicle, it's locked to you, and when you spawn in, it spawns in next to you. That again, pretty damn cool. Because of course in the real world, if this was real, unless I'd left my tent and you discovered it when I wasn't there, if you discovered it when I was there, you'd have to deal with me, and I'd shoot you in the face. But, just as anyone else would. But this thing of Dayz is you leave your tent because you've left the server, and you just, yeah, it could be anywhere. So, I'm going to do a little run on. Ooh, hang on, let's go that way. Let's go this way. See? Nice long view distance. Now the weather's cleared up. But yeah, in Zelnor we've got the petrol station over there. There's a little factory complex. A lot of chuffing zombies around here. There's a bicycle spawn in Zelnor, which is always nice to have bicycles. Hello guys. It's all quite nice when the sun's out, isn't it? Hello guys, follow me through here. Bye. So there's a few buildings to go through in Zelnor. But yeah, that Dayz Epoch, I really had some nice ideas, and I think the thing I liked about it the most was not necessarily all the extras it had, was the fact that it didn't break the regular Dayz experience. So many of the mods of the mod, if you like, the variations on Dayz, yes, they have lots of really interesting extras for you to do, but they sort of break the regular Dayz experience. And I've played quite a few of the different variations, and some of them are really very, very different. And as I say, Dayz Epoch was pretty good because the regular game, the game you would have in the first 4 hours, is exactly the same. Minor differences that there were resources that you were expecting weren't there, but the tents. But then there was the whole buying stuff. The other thing I quite liked about it was oh god, I've got nowhere to put anything. The other thing I quite liked about it is with Dayz, or regular Dayz, some time ago they made some of the resources a little harder to find. So you go into a supermarket and it seems to be a little sparse. I was in that room and there was only about 3 drops, or two drops, and ordinarily in that building you would expect 4 or 5. The supermarket is a little barren now, where there used to be, I don't know how many drops there would have been, but there were item after item after item, where now if we go into this supermarket you'll see it's a little barren, you know. See? Ordinarily you would have expected something there, something there, something over there, and something here, and now we've only got something here. Yeah? We would expect to have something here and here, and now we don't. We don't have all of those different places. Oh, what are you? I suppose I've got to have a look. Makarov, yeah, it's a Makarov round. Or is it? No, it's not a Makarov round. It can't be, because that's the Makarov round. It is. Oh, it's a watch. Could do with a compass. But yeah, they ordinarily you would expect. Must be Lee Enfield Day. More items, something in this area here, more than just that here. Yeah, it does seem and feel a little sparse. Oh, I've got to check. What are you? I bet you're a bloody watch. Yeah, it's a bloody watch. So, yeah, not as much loot as there used to be. And when I played Dayz Epoch, there was lots of loot. The loot levels were what they used to be in Dayz, rather than this more modernised or this modern variant of the loot table. So I'm going to go find somewhere to pitch a tent. God, I'll never pitch one up there. That's a little unfortunate. Hey, stop zigzagging. Bastard. Apparently the zombies in Dayz Standalone won't be zigzagging. The reason why these zigzag is they're using the AI from enemy combatants who are trying to outflank you. And that's why they zigzag. But let's go down as an industrial. And another reason why this is such a nice place, we've got these power lines that can take you all over the map. There's also a field there that's nearly always got livestock in it. There you go, there's a goat. Because these are the power lines to take you to various places. There's 3. This one takes you to Cherno. This one will take you to Electro. And if we go over here, there's a 3rd one. Here we go. Here it is. This one that I'm about to go under now will take you to, well, between Stari and Novi, yeah, and then up to the north of Bergino. So you can use the power lines as a navigational aid. So if you haven't got a map, haven't got a compass, and you're lost, always follow power lines. They'll always take you somewhere interesting. Could put a camp in here somewhere, couldn't I? Up in that tree line up there. Not sure where I'm going to put my camp yet. And I'm not going to tell you. Ooh, we've got somebody else and they're saying hi. So how many have we got on? There's 3 of us now. Oops, I always turn too quickly. I think I'm past the can of drink. Dead cans. There's the tractor. Always useful. I don't know. This business of me thinking I was recording when I wasn't recording, and then not recording when I was recording. The reason I parked the tractor in here, although I fully expect it to be gone next time I come on, if you plonk a vehicle in a wood, it's really easy to spot. If you plonk a vehicle in amongst some industrial, I have a feeling it's not so easy to spot. But anyway, I'm off to go find somewhere to put a tent. Talk to you later. So here we are again. I've made my camp. No, I'm not going to tell you where it is, as I said. We're overlooking Zelnor. Did notice something I'd not noticed before when I pitched my tent. I had the option to sleep. And my character went through this little animation of him lying down, and then after half a minute he stood back up again. Very odd. I have no idea whether that does anything in the game. Whether sleep is something that is a function now more than merely the fun and games of being able to, I don't know, like salute or something like that. It's an unusual feature. Something that I've just noticed that really bugs me in games and I find annoying in many games, and this is doing it as well. Can you see how much those trees are moving? Last time you were out in the woods and you saw trees moving, did the trunks move like that? They bloody didn't. I mean, even in gale force winds, trees, trunks don't move that much. Not unless they've got rot or something and they're about to come down. All game animators, please, it's nice to have some movement, but trees don't move like that. Look at the way those trees are moving. That's that one. It's got about 6 inches of sway on it. They move like that towards the top, but let's have a look at this one. Is it moving? That one's not moving as much as it was. Well, I don't know, if you look at it sideways it's moving quite a bit. But seriously guys, trees don't move that much. Not unless it's blowing a hurricane. Blowing a hurricane, trees move like that. The top of the... hang on, let's go first person. The top of the tree might be moving quite a bit, but not at the base. Look at these, look at the way these trees are moving. It's ridiculous, there's a hinge at the bottom somewhere. I suppose they can't do individual branches moving, and they can't do the top just moving and the bottom staying still. They seem to have to do the whole thing moving. But look, that movement, chuffing awful, isn't it? These things moving, yeah, not so bad. But even then, at ground level within a wood, it would have to be pretty damn windy for these things to be continuously moving like that. Oh well. No one does the outside world as well as Bohemia Interactive, but even they fall into these common mistakes that trees move that much, because they don't. Anyway, I've digressed. I got sideways. I got caught up on something I shouldn't have done. I'm trying to do an outro for my video. Thank you very much for watching, boys and girls. Sorry, I don't know if it's a short one or a long one. I always lose track of time when I'm playing these games. A little bit of solo play. Found a tractor, drove around a bit, found a tent, set up camp. Yes, it's near Zelnor. No, I'm not going to tell you precisely where it is. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, later. Bye-bye.